Okay, so we're just going to take ourselves onto the mat, nice and grounded through the feet. Just noticing the first thing we do is take our awareness to the connection of the feet to the ground. And we're just going to shift side to side, just mobilizing through those feet. And we can exaggerate that movement just by lifting up through the sides of the feet. You might get a little bit of clicking and clunking, that's okay. It just shows that we're doing a good job of mobilizing the feet. And then we're going to just come forward and back. So onto the balls of the feet and pressing those 10 toes down and then shifting back to the heels. So onto the balls and toes, so balls of the feet and toes, and then shifting back to the heel. And then we're going to lift right up, pressing down through the big toe, and then shift back to the heel. So right up onto the tippy toes, press down through the big toe, and then shift that back. So we're just activating that core stabilization system, waking everything up. And then we're going to settle back to center. We're going to lift up through the toes, and we're trying to create that spread through the toes. Give them a nice stretch out. We can do the same with the fingers. Nice and wide through those fingers. Just stretch everything out. And then we relax that back down. We're going to take ourselves into a single leg stance. Okay, lengthening through that side. And we're just going to circle through the ankle. Nice ankle rolls. And then we're going to change direction. Lengthen through the spine. Nice core engagement. And then we relax that down, we shift to the other side. Lengthen through the supporting side, through, lifting up, and then circling through that ankle. Nice clinking and clicking there, that's good. And then we change direction. Okay, we relax that down, we're going to widen through the feet, and we're going to just circle through those hips. So wiggle the hips just to kind of get that movement. Hands on the hips allows us to make sure the movement's focused around the hips. And then we're going to take it side, open forward, side, scoop it round. So the focus is around the pelvic area and the hips themselves. So any tightness through the adductors, so the inner thigh, any restriction through the hip joints themselves, really nice to get that moving. And then we're going to change direction. Side, scoop it round, side, open up. So we squeeze through the glutes, push that pelvis forward. Side, scoop it round, side, and open through the hips. Amazing. Okay, and then we relax back to the center. Oh, Rue, is this your play zone? Is this your play zone? Okay, so from there, we're going to focus on the hips, and we're going to do, we can either do this in a standing position or high kneeling. Okay, I'm going to show you the standing position, everyone can follow along, and then we'll take it high kneeling. If kneeling is not great for you, keep it in the standing position. We're going to stagger the stance. Now, as we stagger the stance, okay, we ideally want that back foot flat. So we're centered over the feet, front foot grounded, back foot grounded. Gently scoop the tailbone under, and we've got a nice solid base. If it feels very wobbly, you can step the back foot out a little bit to widen the base of support. Okay, and from here, we're just going to reach with the opposite hand to the front leg or the same hand to the back leg. We're just going to gently reach that forward. Okay, we're going to draw the elbow back, and then we're going to reach backwards, okay? Now, as we do this, we're trying to maintain a nice kind of alignment of the toes, knee, okay? So we're going to glide that forward, reach it forward, draw the elbow back, nice smooth movement, and then reach those fingertips back. So we're opening through those hips, okay? So if you want to take it into a high kneeling position, we're going to take the back knee down. I quite like to flatten the back foot down so I can press down through that lower leg to increase stability. And then we do exactly the same. We glide forward. We draw that elbow back, open through the hips, and reach that hand back. Okay? We glide forward. You can see I'm shifting my whole weight forward. Draw the elbow back, open through the hips. Now with this, if you want a little bit more from this, you can gently reach further back, okay? We glide it forward. So remember, you can keep this in a standing position. Open through the hips, nice alignment, toes and knees. Reach it back if you want a little bit more. We just shift that so we're reaching further back. Amazing. We're going to do one more of those. We glide it forward. Elbow back, open through the hips. Reach that back. Reach a little bit further if we can. And then we bring that back to center. Okay, one more exercise in this position so we can either maintain high kneeling or we can keep it standing, whatever works. We're just going to use, again, same hand as the back leg. We're going to come up and over, out to the side, lengthen through those fingertips. So we're creating as much length as possible through the side of the body. And we're just taking that over into a side bend. Okay, so we're strong through the grounding of the feet, nice alignment, toes, knee, hip. We breathe and we open out through the side of the body. We bring that back down. We're going to, for high kneeling, we're going to bring ourselves into a standing position and we switch legs. Okay, so we're all going to start in that standing position, staggered stance. Okay, ideally, toes of both feet pointing forward. Okay, if you need to adjust that to suit your body, you can. Okay, remember, step it out wider if you need to increase stability. Okay, scoot the tailbone under, strong position. Okay, same hand as the back foot. We reach that forward. We glide the elbow back, open through the hips, and we reach it back. Okay, we glide it all the way forward. We reach that forward. We draw the elbow back, and we reach the fingertips backwards. Okay, so you either continue with that, or we're going to take the back knee down. I like to flatten the top foot so we can gently press down through the lower leg. Scoot the tailbone under. We do exactly the same. So we're going to reach forward. You can see I'm gliding forward with the whole body. Draw that elbow back. Open through the hips. Reach that hand back. And if we want a little bit more, we can reach those fingertips back. We glide it all the way forward. We draw the elbow back. Open through the hips. Reach those fingertips back, and we can reach that a little bit further if we want. And it's a single-sided exercise, so actually I can notice this side, for me, feels more challenging from a stability perspective, but also a range of movement. So I know this is something that I could work on to balance that out. Reach forward, draw the elbow back, open through the hips, reach that hand back, and we can reach a little bit further if we can. We're going to do one more. Glide that forward. We draw it back, elbow back, open to the hips. Reach the hand. Okay, from here, we center ourselves. The hand, same hand is coming out to the side, up above the head, and we're opening, so we're taking it into a side bend. So from the front view, we're coming up into that side bend, lengthening right to the fingertips, opening through the rib cage, down through the lower back into the hip. Lengthen, 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 and breathe. Amazing. We relax that down. And from there, we're going to take ourselves down into a front lying position. Okay. Look at this soggy big white there. Okay. So front lying position. I'm just trying to think. I might shift that camera a little bit just so there's more of a view of me on the ground. There we go. Okay. Down into that front lying position. Okay, we've got those arms at the side of us to support us, and we're just going to work through spinal extension to begin with. So the first thing we do with this exercise is we engage the glutes to stabilize the pelvis. Okay, and with our glance, we don't want to be extending through the neck all the time, so we just take a glance down towards the mat. And we're just going to press through those arms. We start super simple on the elbows, forearms, hands, and then we roll that back down. So remember, each repetition, engage through the glutes. Just push that up a little bit. Strong through the shoulders, and then we roll it down. And the more we do this, okay, the bigger the movement we can start to get. So we can lift up through those elbows, create that nice extension through the back, and then roll it down. Okay, so that about asking the body for a little bit more, allowing it to feel strong and stable. We'll roll that down. We'll squeeze through the glutes. We'll draw that up into that spinal extension. And we're going to do that once more. We'll squeeze through the glutes, draw it up into that spinal extension. Okay, so from here, we're going to do an exercise for the shoulders. Okay, so you can break this down into parts, so find what feels really good for you and work with that. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is just glance to the mat. So we've got a nice position for the neck. The hands and the arms are going to be the ones that are moving, so we need to feel nice and grounded through the pelvis. A little squeeze through the glutes to stabilize the pelvis and spine. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is just take the hands at the side of the head and just gently draw the elbows towards the sky. Okay, we relax down from that. And we're going to do that again. So hands at the side of the head, gently draw those elbows towards the sky, engaging through the shoulders. And then we draw that down. If that's enough for you, keep it there. If not, we'll add some here. Okay, hands at the side of the head, draw those elbows towards the sky. Then we're going to lengthen through the arms so that overhead, straighten through those arms. The palms are facing one another and we're lengthening right to the fingertips. Okay, we draw the arms back in, so hands at the side of the head, elbows to the sky, and then we relax that down. Okay, so we've created two positions. We're transitioning through two positions, yeah? So hands at the side of the head, elbows to the sky. Lengthen the fingertips, arms overhead, so we create an I shape. Okay. Draw the hands back in, hands at the side of the head, elbows to the sky. Relax those arms down. If we want a little bit more from this, we take the hand at the side of the head, elbows to the sky, lengthen into the I shape. Then we're turning the palms down to the ground and we're drawing the arms out to the side, right down to our sides. And then we're going to take the hands behind the back. okay? And we're going to move back through that movement to our start position. So the arms come down by our sides, the palms facing the ground. The arms come out to the side. So remember, they're hovering above the ground, they don't touch the ground. Okay, into the I shape, palms facing one another. We then bring the hands at the side of the head, elbows to the sky, and then we're going to relax those arms down. We're going to do one more repetition of that. Remember, you get to choose which bit you do. So I went through kind of level 1, 2, and 3. What you can do, if it feels more appropriate, you can focus on arms down by the sides, palms facing the ground, and just work on the movement where the hands are coming up behind the back and then coming down by the sides. Okay, so if you're unsure, you can take a look at the video, or you can go back to it, yeah? So one more repetition. Hands at the side of the head, elbows to the sky, lengthen into the eye, palms facing the ground, the arms coming out to the sides, down by our side, the arms come up behind the back. Nice strong position for the body. We reverse it. Arms and hands down by the sides. Remember, hovering above the ground, palms facing the ground. The arms out to the side, up above the head into the I shape, palms facing one another. We draw the arms in, so the hands are at the side of the head. We draw the elbows towards the sky. We relax it down, and from here we're just going to bring the hands at shoulder level. We're going to press that up, and we're going to bring ourselves into the child's pose position. So bottom towards the heels, arms out in front of us. If you need to modify this to feel better for you, you can. It could be that you're lifting the bottom away from the heels, resting the head on the hand. It may be that you take the arms down by your side. Whatever works. We just take a moment to breathe. We did some really nice shoulder and back engagement there. Really, really effective for shoulder stability. Really great for posture. Nice big full breath in. As you breathe out, just relax the body down towards the ground. One more big full breath. Nice big full breath in. As you breathe out, just let go of any tension you're holding on to. Relax the body down to the ground. Amazing. We bring ourselves back up, and then we're going to take ourselves down onto the ground, lying onto our back. Okay, so we're just going to draw ourselves into that lying position, hug the knees to the chest. Give the knees a little wiggle, massage that lower back into the mat. From here, we're just going to take hold of either the lower legs, the ankles, or the feet. And we're going to encourage the knees out to the side. With this one, the goal is to be able to hold this position with the pelvis grounded, with the head, neck, and shoulders grounded, or the head, neck, and mid back. If you are curled up, that's okay, but we're working on being able to ground the pelvis and the neck and head, as well as encouraging those knees out to the side. From here, we're pressing the feet to the sky. So really nice if we're carrying any tension through the hamstrings. Really nice to get gentle curve through that lower back. And then keeping those knees to the chest, okay, we're going to just take hold of one leg, and then we're going to extend the other leg out, hovering it above the ground. and then we're going to switch. So when the knees are to the chest, we create a gentle curve through the lower back. Okay, so we are able to ground the lower back, which increases stability through the spine and pelvis. Okay, if you are getting consistent clunking through the hip, shorten the lever. So don't extend the leg out as much and see it as more of a heel tap. Taps the ground and comes back in. But the goal is to be able to fully extend that out and bring it back in. Okay, so nice and easy. Just working through that movement. Okay, if we want a little bit more from this, we are going to lift through the head and neck. Okay, however, we took the chin in towards the chest and we lift up. Now, the mistake people often make is they grip through the neck. Once you've lifted through the head and neck, okay, I want you to just lift a little bit further. Okay, so you're lifting up through you're lifting the shoulders off the ground, and then we start to move. Okay, if you feel this is putting too much tension through the neck, lower it back down. Okay, if you start to feel that, then take it back down, rest and reset. So remember, it's lifting head and neck, and then lifting a little bit further, and we create an engagement through the abdominals. Okay, breathe as you move. There should be no abdominal doming or bulging. Okay, we're breathing our nice big full breaths as we create a fluent movement. So remember, if you need to lower head, neck and shoulders down at any point you can. It shouldn't feel like you are straining the neck. Remember, we're looking at abdominal engagement. Okay, we relax down. We're going to straighten the legs, take the arms overhead and create length through the body. Nice full stretch. A couple of nice big full breaths in this position. And then we're going to bring ourselves into that seated position. We're going to cross the legs. Okay, so ideally those legs are relaxed down, grounded through the seat bones, lengthen right to the crown of the head. Relax through those arms. We're going to take the chin to the chest, creating length through the back of the neck, and then we're going to roll the ear to the shoulder, roll back down to center and over to the other side. So we're looking at fluency of movement. Get a little bit of clunking and clicking. That just shows that this is a really beneficial exercise to do. Okay, we're just looking for that mobility. Mobilizing the joints, but also creating some release through the muscles and fascia around the neck and shoulders. Once the ears to the shoulder, we take a little glance to the sky, which places a bit more emphasis down to the front of the neck. Towards the chest, ears to the shoulder. Amazing. Okay. We relax back to center. We're going to take the legs out and hands down behind us flat. Draw the shoulder blades into a really nice position to make sure we're not gripping through those hips. A couple of nice big full breaths just to finish off. Well done. And that's it. There we go. Amazing.